Chapter 1. The Unexpected Inheritance. The ceiling fan spun lazily in the small office in central São Paulo, barely stirring the heavy air of a stifling summer afternoon. Mariana Velasco settled into the worn leather chair, her brown eyes fixed on the lawyer before her. The man, middle-aged and wearing a suit that had seen better days, adjusted his glasses before speaking. "Miss Velasco," the lawyer began, his grave voice resonating through the office, "I regret to inform you of the passing of your great-uncle, Ernesto Velasco." Mariana blinked, surprised. The name evoked blurry childhood memories, a tall, thin man with a white beard and sparkling eyes, always surrounded by an aura of mystery. She barely remembered him, as he had disappeared into the jungle when she was very young. "I'm sorry, but I barely knew him," Mariana admitted, her voice soft and slightly confused. "Why have you called me?" The lawyer pulled a yellowed envelope from his briefcase. "Your uncle has left you an inheritance, Miss Velasco. A property on the border between Brazil and Peru." Mariana sat up straight in her seat, surprise evident on her face. "A property? But why me? There must be a mistake." "There is no mistake, miss," the lawyer responded, extending the envelope towards her. "Your uncle left very clear instructions. This letter explains his wishes." With trembling hands, Mariana took the envelope. The paper was thick and rough to the touch, as if handmade. Upon opening it, an aroma of damp earth and exotic flowers flooded her senses, momentarily transporting her to a distant and mysterious place. She unfolded the letter and began to read. "My dear Mariana, if you are reading this, it is because I have departed this world to join the secrets of the jungle that I loved so much. I know you barely remember me, but I never forgot the curious girl who used to ask me about every plant she saw in my greenhouse. Your passion for botany reminded me of myself in my youth, and that is why I have decided to leave you my greatest treasure, a garden on the border of two worlds, a place where reality intertwines with the mystical, where plants speak if you know how to listen. This garden, Mariana, is more than a simple collection of exotic flora. It is a portal, a bridge between our world and something beyond our comprehension. 4 decades, I have been its guardian, learning its secrets, caring for the souls seeking healing on its paths. Now, it is your turn to discover the mysteries it holds. I know you will have questions, doubts, perhaps even fear. But I trust that your heart and open mind will guide you. Take care of it, Mariana. The garden has secrets that only you can uncover, powers that only you can awaken. Trust your instincts, listen to the plants, and above all, do not fear the unknown. With love and hope, your great-uncle Ernesto." Mariana looked up from the letter, her mind spinning. Her uncle's words echoed in her head, mixing with fragments of memories, the smell of damp earth, the sound of leaves whispering secrets, the feeling of being in a magical place. "A property in the jungle," she murmured, more to herself than to the lawyer. "A mysterious garden?" The lawyer nodded, his expression neutral but with a glimmer of curiosity in his eyes. "Your uncle was known for being eccentric. The property is quite isolated, in a little explored area of the Amazon." Mariana rose, walking towards the window. Outside, the hustle and bustle of São Paulo continued, car horns blaring, people hurrying along the pavements, the frenetic pace of the city. Suddenly, all of that seemed distant, as if she no longer belonged to this world. "Would you like to accept the inheritance?" the lawyer asked, his voice breaking Mariana's trance. She turned, her eyes shining with a mixture of excitement and determination. "Yes," she responded, her voice steadier than she expected. "I accept." The lawyer nodded, pulling more documents from his briefcase. "Excellent. There are some papers you'll need to sign. I'll also provide you with information on how to reach the property." As she signed the documents, Mariana's mind wandered. Her life in São Paulo was comfortable, predictable, her work as a researcher at the botanical garden, her friends, her routine. But something in her uncle's letter had awakened a spark in her, a thirst for adventure and discovery that she thought she had buried long ago. "When can I travel to the property?" she asked, handing back the signed papers. "You may go whenever you wish," the lawyer responded. "But I warn you, Miss Velasco, the journey will not be easy. The property is in a remote area, and the terrain can be dangerous." Mariana nodded, a determined smile forming on her lips. I understand. Thank you for everything. She left the office with a firm step, her uncle's letter kept close to her heart. As she walked through the bustling streets of São Paulo, Mariana felt that each step was taking her further from her previous life and closer to an unknown but exciting destiny. That night, in her small flat, Mariana began preparing for the journey. She pulled out maps, researched the region, and packed what she believed necessary for an expedition into the jungle. With each item she placed in her rucksack, she felt herself detaching a little more from her urban life. Before going to bed, Mariana reread her uncle's letter once more. The words seemed to come alive, whispering promises of adventures and discoveries. She closed her eyes, and for the first time in years, she dreamed of a mysterious garden where plants sang and souls danced among the shadows. The next morning, Mariana woke with the sun. She dressed quickly, took her rucksack, and with a final glance at her flat, closed the door. As she walked towards the bus station, she felt that each step was bringing her closer to her true destiny. The journey would be long and difficult, she knew that. But in her heart, Mariana felt that she was finally on the right path. Her uncle's mysterious garden awaited her, along with secrets that would change her life forever. As the bus pulled away from the city, Mariana looked out of the window. São Paulo faded into the distance, and with it, her previous life. Ahead, the jungle awaited her, full of promises and mysteries. And Mariana was ready to face them all.